Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome and thanks for joining tonight. My name is Tara Bashara, and I am joining you today with a few of our leaders on the call. And today we're going to go through mood and sleep. So we're going to focus on a few products with mood and sleep, but we hope you all enjoy the presentation. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, we've got Annabelle and Aaron and Nikki, who are going to be presenting. They're going to be monitoring the chat as well. So feel free to type your questions, or we look forward to answering your questions. So we're gonna get started. So just a little bit of introduction and housekeeping. Today we're going to discuss doTERRA products, essential oils, and we will have done our job today if you leave here knowing the 3 cool things about essential oils. So we're excited to share that with you. Myself, I have personally been using doTERRA for over 7 years, and it's really been pretty game-changing for my family and I. I have 5 children, and I work full-time as well as doing the doTERRA business. So it's been pretty awesome. And for those of you if you can just mute yourself so we can kind of streamline the background. Thank you. So how I got started, actually, I was going to my Pilates class. My mom introduced me to Annabelle, and I was on my way to my Pilates class with Annabelle and had an excruciating headache, like just the ones where it's hard to open up your eyes and just, can't really do anything. And I parked my car and I'm like, do I go in? Do I not go in? What do I do? But I'm paying for this class. So I decided to go in, and it was just so tough. And I think Annabelle just knew it as soon as she saw me. So she said, well, would you be open to trying some peppermint? I said, sure. I mean, I never, I knew nothing about essential oils or anything. So I took, she gave me a drop of peppermint. I applied it to my temples, as she said, and the back of my neck, and really was just not thinking anything would happen. But honestly, it was like within a couple minutes, it was instant relief. And I couldn't believe how instant it was and how like fresh I felt, and my headache was gone. And I don't know, I felt clear, and it was pretty awesome. So it was great because I was able to do my Pilates class and get through my afternoon. So that's how I started. I was just like, what is this magic stuff? And the more I got to know and using these oils, it's just been, as I said, game changing. So we're excited to have you guys here and share a little bit more about essential oils. So I'm going to start off and talk about the 3 cool things about essential oils. So the first thing about essential oils, and specifically doTERRA, is that they are 100% safe and natural. So essential oils are extracts from plants or flowers or roots or seeds or bark, really any area of the plant. And it's extracted to have an essential oil. So the picture you see on the screen here, the far right, the purple picture, those white kind of like egg sacs, they are the actual essential oil that's being extracted from the plant. So actually from a peppermint plant. So it's pretty amazing how these essential oils are extracted. Now, essential oils are very potent, very concentrated. So they're often 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So they're very, very potent. So to give you an example, peppermint essential oil, just 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is the equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So in my example earlier, when I used peppermint, just by applying that 1 drop to my temples, that was like drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So they're very potent, very powerful. They're safe for children, infants, adults, elderly, really everybody. And we'll talk about how to use them in a minute, but they are 100% natural and safe. Now, what we personally love about doTERRA specifically is their certified pure therapeutic grade. So that is CPTG. That is really what sets us apart from other essential oil companies out there, because each bottle is tested, I think, over 50 times. And what's on the screen here is a few of the testing that is done for each essential oil to make sure that it is pure and it is potent. So there's nothing taken away, nothing added into that essential oil, because we are ingesting them, we are putting them in our air, we're breathing them, they're getting into our bodies, and we want to make sure that there is no heavy metals, there is nothing in that essential oil that can harm us. So that is really why we love the CPTG standard that doTERRA creates. They are pure because, as I said earlier, there's nothing taken away or added to the essential oil. And potent, meaning that doTERRA actually sources their essential oil, the plants, from the area in the world where that plant grows best. So as an example, lemon is sourced from Italy because that's where lemons grow best. So when you have the best soil, the best temperature, the best, it gives us the best outcome in that plant, and when we extract it, the best benefits for our health. So it really is so important that doTERRA goes to the source and actually gets their plants and flowers and tree bark from that source. So I think that's really critical. So that's the first cool thing about essential oils, is that they're 100% natural and safe. The second cool thing about essential oils is that they are often more effective than modern approaches to healthcare. So let me illustrate this for you. And if we have any medical professionals like out there, that's great. And we really applaud your, your education and background. Not all of us have that extensive background that you do. However, I'm going to just simplify things a bit and kind of go back to Biology 101, if you don't mind. So let's just pretend that my fist here is a cell in our body. And we all know that our cells are protected by an oily cell membrane. So that keeps the good things in and the bad things out. So there are two things that can harm our cells, and that is bacteria and viruses. So bacteria grows on the outside of our cells, and viruses duplicate the DNA on the inside of our cells. So if we go to the doctor and we have a bacteria infection, okay, and all you have to remember is bacteria on the outside, viruses on the inside. But let's say we go to the doctor where we have a bacteria infection. What are they going to tell you to do? They're going to give you a prescription for an antibiotic, and you're typically going to take that for 7 to 10 days. But when we take antibiotics, as you might know, that really has wreaking havoc to our gut, to our immune system, and all kinds of other side effects. Yes, it might clean out or get rid of that bacteria infection, but again, it's going to give us all those side effects. If we go to the doctor and we have a virus, again, inside of our cell, the viruses that's where they are. And if we have a virus, what's the doctor going to tell you to do? They're not going to give you a prescription. They're going to tell you to go home, get some rest, drink plenty of fluids, and ride it out. And the reason they say that is because most of our prescriptions are water-based. So they have a really hard time penetrating that oily cell membrane to get into the cell and stop that duplication of the virus. So essential oils are different. They actually can permeate that cell membrane and stop that duplication of the virus. So they can go through that oily cell membrane. And the reason is because essential oils are oil-based. And oils, water and oil don't mix, so that's why the prescriptions will not work, and that's why the doctor says go home, take some rest. So anyway, that is really the reason that they are more effective. They actually get to the root and kill it and solve it. And not only, like we've had essential oils where we take them and then we realize, oh my God, well, it solved that problem, but it also solved another problem. So it's just like there's so many benefits with essential oils. So that is the second cool thing about essential oils, is that they are more effective than modern medication or modern approaches to healthcare. Now, the third cool thing about essential oils is that they are often cheaper than traditional healthcare. So they're more affordable. And let me just explain. Many of us have copays or high deductible health plans where we have to pay out of pocket when we seek services. So as an example, my copay when I go to the doctor is $30. If I need a prescription, it's another $15. So, right there is $45. Now, not taking into consideration the time that I've spent at the doctor's office. Maybe I had to take off work to go to the doctor's office, take my child out of school, you know, the gas driving to the doctor. You know, there's so many costs that go into going to the doctor. And we're not saying not go to the doctor, but it is nice to be able to turn to tools that you have at your fingertips to solve common ailments. So like when someone in my family, like one of my boys has an ear infection, we will use a drop of lavender and tea tree oil and apply it right behind the ear. And that will usually clear it up pretty quickly. And that costs less than $1 to do that. And you've got it right there at your, you know, at home, you know, at your fingertips. So again, it really is cool. The third cool thing is that it is more affordable than traditional healthcare. So my family and I, we've saved hundreds and hundreds of dollars by utilizing essential oils at home. So it is pretty awesome. So now that you've learned the 3 cool things about essential oils, I'm going to turn it over to Nikki, and she's going to talk about the 3 ways we can use them.
Okay, hi, I'm Nikki, and I've been using essential oils for well over a year now, but I've always been drawn to a holistic way of looking after oneself, what we put in our body and what we put on our body. So the 3 ways to use basically is aromatically, topically, and internally. So let's go for the aromatic first. So you don't have to just use a diffuser. You can put them in a bottle and spritz into the air and inhale that way. I actually use a bit of eucalyptus or rosemary in the shower. Sometimes if my husband does not feel like he wants me to diffuse, I'll put a little bit on a linen handkerchief and put it under my pillow at night, especially breathe. And when you diffuse, it basically breaks up the oils into a fine mist. So that is a really nice way to get that going into your olfactory system. And there's a whole explanation about how when we breathe in, it's very close to the emotional area in our brains, the amygdala. And as we all know, scents take us straight back to memory. So for example, wild orange could be something that we would use to uplift ourselves. Breathe would be to help clear the sinuses, which my 17-year-old daughter uses every night. She can't live without it. Lavender for my 13-year-old, for example, and that's diffused. Okay, so that's aromatic. Number 2 is going to be topical. So there are many different ways you can apply it topically. You could just take the bottle like this. You just tip it onto your fingers. Maybe rub it on the inside of your palms right here. And do take a moment. For example, if you're going to put lemon, lavender, and peppermint on for your allergies, your seasonal allergies, or maybe even to clear your head, don't just sniff and woof. You know, you've got to take a few seconds for it to take some time to come in. I've done this experiment with a friend of mine who was a little skeptical, and we just sat there for a lovely 40 seconds until we felt the effects. Okay, that was for us. There are all sorts of different roll-on blend recipes. A lovely one here, frankincense, Siberian fir, and orange, or it could be just lavender and chamomile. We could put these things into a roll-on bottle, which most of us have, and just apply it wherever. I've been using Magnolia Touch with my husband and his eczema, because apparently it has a lot of linalool in it, even more than lavender. So we've been experimenting with rose and lavender, and we're going through the whole run of my oils at the moment. So we're getting there. Also, at the moment, this is a sanitizing spray. So this is On Guard, which you can use topically because you would spray it onto your hands, and this is fantastic. I mean, Trader Joe's does one, but it's not as good as this because there's clove and all sorts of things. So give it a good rub, okay? And that hopefully will protect us. All right, last one, internal, right here. Warm to hottish water, Digest Zen, 2 drops. Love it in the evening, stops me drinking caffeine. I like to have something a little strong in the evening. And sometimes the herbal teas just don't do it. I mean, I'm not going to buy any more herbal teas. I have everything I need. I have my fennel. I have my Digest Zen. I have peppermint if I feel like it. Sometimes I will do, one of my favorites at the moment is On Guard in rooibos tea, if you know about that, red bush tea, with a spoonful of honey it has cleared my throat up 2 or 3 times. So I also take it in beverages, so lemon water in the morning. This morning I actually did copaiba, turmeric, and ginger. A bit like a shot. It wasn't most probably the most pleasant thing that you would like to take, but it was all right. And then we have veggie caps. So we can also use veggie caps and put our own mixture in. Obviously, we'd have to make sure that we have the measures right, and we're all here to answer questions about that. Also sublingually, either on the roof of the mouth or under the tongue. I know Annabelle does this, and I've started to do it with frankincense, because frankincense is known to oxygenate the blood. And then, of course, we have supplements that are already made, such as Tri-Ease, which has lavender, peppermint, and lemon all together. And I know Tara uses this and has had great success with her seasonal allergies, and she is off her Claritin. So quite a few different ways to take them internally. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Erin.
Okay, thank you so much, Nikki, for all that awesome info on ways to use these wonderful oils. So we're going to highlight just some ways that you could use your essential oils to help with mood and sleep. So the really cool thing about doTERRA oils is that, of course, you can use them all the ways that Nikki mentioned, but they're not only helping you physically, but they're supporting your mind-body connection, helping you with your emotions. So they're doing all sorts of wonderful things. I love using them to help with mood in my house and also with sleep. So all of these oils you see here are going to help with both, actually. So all of the oils serve many purposes, and that's what I love about them. You're using them to help you maybe feel calm and relaxed. They're also going to help ease tension and make you feel happy and help you go to sleep. So all sorts of great things going on all at once. The first oil they show here is lavender. And lavender, all of us know lavender. It's the calming oil. It's so good to use before bedtime. Lavender has been used for centuries for the scent and for the relaxing properties that it has. So lavender is high in linalols, and linalols are a compound that have been used for centuries to help release, support anxious feelings. So lavender is a great one to put a drop in your hands, breathe in, and just kind of, like Nikki said, take that time to breathe in deeply. You can put it in the diffuser. You can put it on the back of your neck, on your temples, even a few drops on your pillow at bedtime. Lavender, while you're using it for, nighttime relaxing or during the day when you feel stressed, it also helps ease any skin irritation. So lavender is a great oil to have on hand. Serenity is our restful blend. So some of the oils are single oils like lavender, and others are blends like Serenity. And Serenity was carefully created. There was a lot of research that went into it. It has lavender in it, but it also has cedarwood, hoe wood, sandalwood, vetiver, ylang ylang, some of these amazing oils that we know are so good to support our nervous system, help us relax and unwind and go to sleep at night. Right now, there's a lot of stressful things going on in the world, so it's important to help support our sleep. We all know how sleep is directly tied to our overall health. So getting a good night's sleep is fantastic, and Serenity can help you do that. Some of us wake up in the middle of the night. Serenity is one that I like to keep on my nightstand, just to put a drop in my hands and breathe in, or on the bottoms of my feet if I've woken up and I'm having a hard time falling back asleep. It's also one that I love in a bath with Epsom salts. So if you want a nice relaxing experience, it's great to do that. Serenity will help you fall asleep, but it's also one that people use for anxiety throughout the day as well. So they're both great oils to try out. And so is the next oil, Citrus Bliss, which is our invigorating blend. It's a combination of citrus oils, which are really uplifting and help give us energy. And it also has vanilla. So doTERRA does not sell vanilla. It's an extract, so it's not an essential oil, but whenever they add it into one of the oil blends, I love the scent of it. So I just think it's so nice mixed with the citrus scents. It's one of my favorite oils. It's one I put in the diffuser when we just need everything to be happy in our house. Citrus Bliss is great to diffuse throughout the day. It's also, you know, put it in your hands if you don't have your diffuser. Breathe that in if you need a pick-me-up. Maybe one to have in your purse throughout the day if you need a quick pick-me-up. And that's it for Citrus Bliss. It's awesome. I suggest everyone tries that one. Copaiba is another fantastic oil for relaxing. So Copaiba is a tree that's grown in South America, and it's a member of the hemp family. It does the same thing that other hemp family members do. It reaches the same receptor, so it's gonna bring in those pleasurable, relaxing feelings without any of the other side effects. It releases tension, it calms your nervous system. Copaiba is one that I use every night so that I don't clench my jaw. I have a long history of TMJ and jaw issues, and Copaiba has actually helped so that I don't have to wear a mouth guard each night and I wake up headache free. So it's been a pretty incredible oil for me. It's also one that my husband takes under his tongue. It's just great for calming and soothing in the morning, at night, whenever you feel that you need it. And then the last set here is our adaptive system. So this is your toolbox for stress. And there's a lot of that going on right now. So adaptive comes, if you buy the system, which is the best way to get the most savings, you're going to get the adaptive touch roller bottle that you see there. You're going to get the capsules, and you're going to get the oil. So doTERRA calls it their calming blend. I call it the stress and overwhelm blend because it's truly the oil that helps us just here at my house get through those moments where everything is stressful and overwhelming. I can pop that in a diffuser. It seems to have an immediate effect on the house. I take the capsules every morning. They help me get through the day. And the touch is one that I like to have in my purse for on-the-go moments. It's really easy. The touch bottles are roller bottles that have the fractionated coconut oil added in with the adaptive blend so that you can just easily rub it on your pressure points, have it with you on the go. So the adaptive oil is actually a very studied blend of oils, a combination of florals and the floral calming oils and the citrus uplifting oils. So that combination can do amazing things for our ability just to deal with life stressors. They have linalool, so there's magnolia in the oil blend, there's lavender, wild orange, so many wonderful oils that really are gonna help calm and support you in life's most stressful moments. And then the capsules have the oil blend, but they also have very studied botanicals that are gonna support you in moments of overwhelm. Those botanicals are gonna help go in and actually calm the neurons that start firing off when we get really worked up. So I really love this whole system. I recommend it to anybody who just needs support in that feeling of overwhelm, stress, anxiety that can be going on, as we know. So we just like to highlight these so you know the oils that are out there and what they can do. We are all so different. There are so many oils that can be used in different ways, and it's all about finding out what can best support you and what you need. So now we'd like to turn it over to all of you. If you have anything you would like to share, we love to hear any of your experiences with the oils. We learn from that too. So please, if you have something to share, please unmute yourselves or type it into the chat. We would love to hear from you. Okay, so I see some awesome suggestions in the chat. Shirley said, I add drops of Copaiba in my goat's milk lotion that I use, and it helps with body aches. That's awesome. And then Nikki said the same thing. Copaiba is great with Deep Blue for helping achy joints. So these oils are not, like I had mentioned, they're doing so many great things physically, but they're also helping you on a emotional and just, you know, all different levels, mind, body level. So And Annabelle said doTERRA is working hard to help the world with mental illness issues. So we know we have a lot of that going on right now. And that's actually a lot of what I'm studying with the oils right now, how they are helping us rewire our emotional pathways. So if you think about every time you use an oil, what wonderful things it's doing for your body, but also, like Nikki said, it's going right into the amygdala and helping connect to emotions and helping release any trapped emotions that need to be let go of and bring in all those good emotions, joy and peace that we need. Okay, so if no one else has anything to share, we will wrap it up right here. We have loved, oh, sorry, I forgot. We have a little bit more to go. Just the 3 ways to purchase. So this is important because we have 3 ways you can do it: retail, wholesale, or LRP. No one is going to buy them retail. That's the most expensive option. Only probably if you walked into a chiropractor's office or something like that, but the oils would be very pricey. So the second way is wholesale. And when you get your own account through doTERRA, it's kind of like your Costco membership to oils. You're getting them all at the wholesale rate. And then the third way is through LRP, which is actually the least expensive way to get your oils. And we can go over more of that later. doTERRA has some great kits that they have put together to help save you money. The idea is you don't want to just start with one oil here, one oil there necessarily. There are so many oils that you could use in your home, and to get a good experience with them and to save money while you're doing it, you want to get a collection, a package of oils. One of our most common ones over here is our Home Essentials kit, and it comes with a diffuser and our top 10 most commonly used oils. So you'll see lavender is in there, peppermint, lemon, On Guard, frankincense, oregano, so many of our oils that really replace a lot of our medicines and commonly used things like that around the house, our Tums and our Advil. So this is a great kit to get started. And then we have, the next kit has some more of the other products doTERRA has. So this kit has our shampoo, which I love. My daughter and I both use shampoo and conditioner, the On Guard toothpaste, and other On Guard products that are fantastic for keeping us clean, our teeth clean, our homes clean, and building our immune systems. And then if you really want to dive right in, the kit at the top has really everything you need to get started and clean out your house and just swap it out for all the natural products that doTERRA has. And that's really the idea here, to give you the tools you need to make sure you're freeing your body and your home of toxins. We have our Lifelong Vitality Pack there, our Lumo diffuser, and so many great oils that are included there. Fractionated coconut oil, our Correct X. So these are all great kits, and if you're interested, reach out to whomever invited you to this class, and we can definitely help you figure out which kit is the best for you. So there are 3 types of people who are listening to this call. The first type of person really is just interested in learning more about the ways they can use the oils at home to help themselves and their family. They're going to look up what they need to find out from time to time and really just be a user of essential oils. The second person is one who will share with friends and say, hey, you need to try this oil, or this helped me with sleep or headaches. This would be a fantastic thing for you to try. And the third type of person is someone who wants to do what we're doing, which is sharing these oils, which does come so naturally because they're such fantastic, safe, wonderful products. They sell themselves, really. And then you have the ability to earn some commissions, some money doing it. So we think that's a fantastic thing to do to get a little bit of a residual income going. So think about which type of person you are, and if you ever have any interest in finding out more about the business side of doTERRA, we're here to help you with that. In the meantime, these are some resources that you can check out. Aromaticscience.com is a fantastic place to get some of the studies, information about oils, the scientific compounds behind them. There is a lot of science that goes into oils. So that's a great resource, and so is doTERRA.com. So much great information on doTERRA.com. And we always suggest that you write down your health concerns, try to kind of get into the frame of mind of what you need for your body right now. I know it changes. Think about what you need or your family needs, and then get with the person who invited you to the call and figure out what kit would be best to fit your needs. So that's something great to do after this call. But we wanted to thank everyone for joining us here tonight. Happy to see you on this call and happy to share about our love for essential oils. And if anyone has any questions or anything they'd like to share before we sign off, please go ahead and unmute yourselves.
I just have one thing. We're out in the garden today and my husband bought like 2 huge spray cans of natural bug repellent. And then I turned the back and I'm like, yep, I have that. I have clove. I have lemongrass. I have citronella. I have eucalyptus. I'm like, why are you buying this? You know, we have all this,
Right.
you know. And then Nantucket Spider, when I was on Cape Cod, Nantucket Spider is very expensive. It's like $15 for a bottle. It has the same stuff. It has lemongrass, eucalyptus, citronella, spearmint. I took a picture of it. You know, and they're selling it for $15.
Yeah.
We have it all.
I know. It's amazing. It's really empowering because you don't have to go out and buy it all. You just make it at home and you know what's in it. Because the other thing is you don't know the oils that are in those natural sprays, where they're coming from. It's nice to know what you're getting. Yeah, thank you, Nikki. Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. And please reach out if you have any questions. And so happy to see you on here. Have a wonderful night.
Bye. Good night.
Bye. Thank you. Good night.
Good
Night.